Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I want to talk about Planescape, Adventures in the Multiverse, and I want to talk about the background, the player character background option, Gate Warden. Alright, so we just got Planescape on D&D Beyond, and it is truly astounding what is happening on D&D Beyond. When I was in there, getting everything lined up to get access to Planescape on October 3rd, when digital access, when it was announced, I was on my account section. It was a little difficult getting the access. They still have a lot of work to do to just get all this smoothed out, and it does seem a little frustrating that months and months and months are passing, and none of this seems to get smoother. But basically, I realized I had been on Dungeons & Dragons Beyond 5 years. That is truly incredible. So D&D Beyond is over 5 years old, and it is now completely inseparable from Dungeons & Dragons. You cannot be a dungeon master today and not use D&D Beyond. If you're calling yourself a dungeon master and you do not have a D&D Beyond account, you really should stop doing that, because you don't have any idea what Dungeons & Dragons actually is. It has, essentially, we have the D&D canon hardback, but its heart is the digital content, right? And a D&D canon hardback is the D&D physical book with the owner having eternal vigilant access through their mobile device. I think things have really fundamentally changed. Let's talk about the Gate Warden. So first of all, Planescape comes forward, and it continues this very rock solid tradition, 5th edition of tradition, of backstories, right? Oh, I'm sorry, backgrounds. Backgrounds are power. They used to be, here's background. It sketches a little bit about your character. Most of everything you're going to need from your character is species and class. But now background is huge. It delivers actual, real feats, right? And so Gate Warden is, you are from Planescape, and by the way, you can only take Gate Warden if Planescape is active and available within your Dungeons & Dragons campaign, right? So it is prerequisite is the Planescape adventure, is Planescape, right? So you are a denizen of Planescape, and what we really see with Planescape is sigil in the middle of this area with 10 gate towns around it, right? And your player character is from one of these gate towns, and is considered a Gate Warden, right? So you live in the city, and you are not like defending what the city stands for. You are defending the purpose of the city, which is to allow people to go out into the farther areas of the realm. Because essentially, the wheel, right, around Sigil represents the great cosmology, right? And the great cosmology is really a list, right, of all these of all these material spaces, which all of the Dungeons & Dragons realm, these essentially planes, which the Dungeons & Dragons realms exist within, right? So when you get your gate now, and there's some pretty important things. So Gate Warden, one of the things that's pretty astounding is Gate Warden actually gives you access to a type of damage resistance. So radiant damage or poison, you actually get resistance to one damage type. That is huge. And also you get a specific skill, right? And that's really big. That's very significant amount of power that is being accessed and put forward and positioned through the Planescape background, right? And one of the things that we can no longer pretend is, at this point, there has been a huge power shift, right? If you are choosing from a background of in the player characters, those backgrounds are pure utter garbage. They don't come with a feat, right? And even if you get a feat, right, you're getting some nonsense feat that was never built to actually function with your existing background, right? Whereas these feats, they're cohesive, they're actually designed, and we've reached a point where you can't even pretend anymore. Strixhaven began this. The Strixhaven background was so extensive and so powerful that it retired every player character, every player handbook background immediately, because they're powerless, tired, useless garbage compared to any background that comes from a setting book, right? So Strixhaven's background, Planescape's background, and then also Dragonlance's background is absolutely massive, and they're completely unparalleled when it comes to power. It's not even close. So this is a major change. The backgrounds that are coming out of these setting books have fully retired every player handbook background, and that's big. That is very huge. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.